Hello there, and welcome to a tutorial on how to edit your videos using some pretty basic, simple, and free-to-use software that, well, it works for me at least. So as you can see here, we have Blender, which is our video editor. And then for anything else you need, like for example, if you need a thumbnail or like, I don't know, like some intersection kind of thing that you put between two video segments that you make, then yeah, that's what you need. GIMP and Blender, those are the two things, and then also a video, something to play your videos. So, well, at least for me, in my case, I need to use one of these video players because this is a older computer that I'm using for my video editing, and it's not very good at using Blender. It struggles a lot. Welcome back to the. So as you can see, I have my video here, and then up on the Blender tab, I also have like the way the so basically I can move this around a bit depending on what I'm trying to do, but I think I was gonna put a cut at the 3 minute 47 seconds mark, I think. So we'll go ahead and check what is in there. So now if you're using Blender on a newer computer, you can actually use these down here to play the animation. And it works better with the newer versions of Blender as well, because I'm using Blender 2.8, but really not much has changed. Alright, so now it's time to begin with the good stuff, the stuff that you all will need to see. Basically, if you shift click, you can select two of these, and then if you want to cut it, you can hit Control K or just K. I'm not really sure. It depends on what version you're using. Or you can just right click and then select cut, and then boom, we've cut the strip. And then whatever you want to do with these, you can, I don't know, delete them. That's what I usually do. There we go. And then yeah, we have a bunch of strips now, which we could, if we wanted to, we could assemble these. So for example, for these first few, I can actually move these now, and it works very nicely because you don't even have to align them yourself anymore. You can just move the strip right to the end of the other one. Now, you may be wondering, why is this strip purple? Well, this strip is a image strip of this sometime later, which is going to be a hold on. It's going to be an insert between a few things. So now, you may notice that there's also numbers next to it, and what these numbers are is they're the frames. So like, it's basically telling me where it's gonna be at on like, if I use this, I could select the exact frames, but I don't want to do that right now because I'm still editing my first strip and I don't want to lose my place. So now here we go, and then all I need to do is this and just attach these few strips. Okay, so now I need to decide how long I want this to be, and I can probably just assume like that should be good enough. Now, I also want to mention that right now I have it set to be, this is the end, but I'll change that later on in the video, so that way you guys can see how we do that, how I do my encoding stuff. It's a little complicated, but once you do it enough, you'll understand it, and like it takes a little bit of experimentation, I think. All right. So I'll be back once I have something interesting to say. All right. So again, I have something useful to say. If you want to cut, you need to make sure that the blue line is over top of these, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but you have to click up here to move around the sections and stuff. I don't know if I forgot to do that, but if you know where the frame is that you want to cut it at, the exact point, you can use this one and change this to be, for example, let's go with like that. And then see, it moves the thing for you. So you could just, let's say we want 20,000 in here. That's 20,000 frames into our video. It's right there. Now, if you want to find the end of the video, then you just, I usually just click over here and then just, you know, mess around and see if I can find it. Usually it will tell you how long it is. So, for example, the end of this video is right now, it's 8 minutes. 8 to 313, and then boom. As you can see, all of this is white. Well, sort of white. It's like a grayish color. And also, if you don't want any video, you can get rid of the video strip, which is in the newer versions, this is actually the opposite of what this one is. And the only thing I use the newer versions for is short videos. Alright, there we go. That should be good. And I'm gonna continue working on this, and then if I have anything else to say, I'll just, you know, do what I just did. So, more useful information. Now, some of you may want to add, like, I don't know, sometimes you may want to add like text to like a section. If I remember correctly, what you need to do is click add and then select text. Now you can get fonts for this, I think, which I don't know if I have any fonts for this. Yes, I do. Nice. Let's use that one. I like this font very much. So now we have a custom font in there, and all I have to do is move this scroll bar again, and then scroll in, and then we can set whatever the text to be. In this case, after now you can also move it around using these. So if we want it in the center. Sometimes I do that. You can also change the size of the font. So that's the text size. Let's go with 100 because it's roughly. It should be visible at like 150. Should be good. Always take your viewers into consideration when it comes to font size, because you never know. Some people may like a bigger text size, and yep. Alright, so now for the vertical, I guess we'll go for the center. Oh, no, it's not good. Let's go with top. Okay, it's not good. Bottom. Of course, if this isn't working for you, which in my case isn't working for me, all you have to do is you can use these to move it around and see how it looks. In this case, we'll just put it down here. I think at the bottom. Nah, let's go with. Yeah, let's go with the bottom. I don't think it will interfere much there. All right, let's go ahead and change that from. Let's say in Moscow, because that's where. That's not an I. What the heck is that? It's just a font, but hey, it works. It works. All right, so that's how you do text. That's how you add text. All right. If you don't like to move all of the slides, I guess they're called. All you have to do is just click remove gaps or insert gaps, and it gets rid of spacing or add spacing. So, it's very useful, and I just now used it. Like this. Here we go. And as you can see, we now have our video almost, well, actually, it's all ready to render. And now all we need to do is, cut down the ending so that way this is very good timing or length of the video, at least as far as I'm aware. All right, and then so it ends at probably. All right, another useful thing to note is that you don't actually have to cut things. Like if you're just cutting the ending, if that's what you're trying to cut, all you need to do is make it so that way it doesn't render the ending, which can easily be done with, of course, our favorite tool, this little sidebar down here. So let me go see if I can find the exact frame where the menu pops up. It's right between there and then, right, that's where it pops up at. And then if I go like this, alright, I need to get more zoomed in, probably to here, and then you may also notice, and I haven't mentioned this, I don't think, but there's a little plus number at the end, which is actually an even smaller, like a fraction of a frame, or like a frame, just like, it's like a fraction of time. It's hard for me to explain what it is, it's just very useful. In this case, I'm going to cut it anyway, because I just did that. And then erase strips, and then you could also just hit delete. Alright, and now, here's the most important part. So, rendering a video, to get the best settings possible, you can use whatever resolution you want. In my case, I'm just using, like, the full screen resolution that's, like, default for most computers nowadays, or whatever. I'm not really sure. I mean, if you reverse these two numbers, then you can make a YouTube short video, or like, you know, whatever you want. It's basically a phone. But for this one, for the end, oh yes, and then the step is, I'll explain this. So the end frame is the end frame, and the step is, well, of course, it allows you to, like, find a part of the video. So, like, if you have the step set to 1 frame, it will, like, you know, every 1 frame you can go, and that's where you can go and find it. It's hard to explain, but you'll understand eventually. Now, let's go ahead and see. We have 5, 4, 9, 8, 1. Yep. And time to... Alright. So this is our output. Now, what the output is this is going to be what it's going to make. So right now, I've already got it set up. So it's going to output to my videos folder, and, well, it's going to output as the name, well, this is going to be the name of the file. It's going to be unturned E2 or whatever, episode 2 in my case. And this one's the destination where it's going to output that file. And then, of course, we have this, which is the file format. Now, in this case, always select FM or FFmpeg video. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but okay. And then for the container, I've used this before. It's okay. But always use MPEG-4. That basically is going to be MP4. That's what it translates to. It's hard to explain because the file format and the container is just like the end. Like, that's how, like, it's really weird to explain it, but like it's like that .mp4 part, and then the file format is like the actual format. And we have some color options here as well. If you want a black and white render, you can do this one, or if you want red, green, blue, which is just basic normal colors. Now for our video codec, it defaults us to H.264, which I have one big problem with this this format. Even though it outputs the best quality, it's just too big. You can't upload this to YouTube if you use this. And while quality's good, having 12 gigabytes of video is not so good. So, if this works, like, you need to experiment with these to find what you like the best. In my case, I do MP4 DivX or whatever. And then in this case, I'll be doing constant bitrate, or no, probably lossless or high quality. Of course, this depends on you and what you personally find works best. I've experimented with this for a while, and in my case, lossless is good. For encoding speed, let me see what this is. Alright, I usually do slowest, but I have wanted to try like real time or good. I haven't experimented much with real time yet. I've done good time or good before. So now that you have all that done, here's the big part: audio coding. You could do whatever ones of these you want, but in my case, I'm gonna do MP3 because this is just best quality for me. You can change the volume of it if you want, or the bit rate, and now we're done. That's it. So in total, it took me about 2 hours to get to the point where I can render this now, and it would have taken me longer if I had decided to just edit the whole thing. I didn't have to edit the whole thing though, which is good. Alright, and now time to render. So for our rendering options, we have the option to render images, which I haven't experimented with that yet. I have an idea with how I could use that to get an even better quality for my videos, but if I find that works, then I'll share it with you guys. I was thinking about rendering images and then putting them all into here and then rendering a video, but I don't know how that will work. Alright, so now render animation, that's what we're going to click, and then this little thing will pop up and it will render your video for you. It's cool. Alright, so if you found this video useful or helpful, if you just enjoyed it maybe, please consider supporting my channel by, liking, commenting, and subscribing, of course. Of course, if you have any suggestions, again, do comment. Or if I missed something and it's very important. I mean, this video doesn't flow well or anything, but hey, it's good, alright?